This video is about how psychological research can shed light on the financial crisis. The aim is to show how psychological insights can be the basis for reforms that can mitigate future financial crises in the EU area. Psychological research has found that people's cognition functions in two different ways. There is an intuitive function that from now on I will refer to as System 1, where people do assessments and make decisions quickly and automatically, and an analytical function, from now on System 2, that is more aware and slower. Both systems can be rational or irrational, depending on the situation in which they appear, and also depending on how the rationality and irrationality is defined. This means that it is possible to distinguish four types of cognitive functions. By combining the System 1 and System 2 with rationality or irrationality, more precisely with an adaptive or non-adaptive cognitive function. System 1 has a strong touch to reality, and this in two different contexts. On one hand, by having access to many thousands of patterns that are stored in a long-term memory, System 1 can quickly and automatically recognize and evaluate different facts. The ability to do this is a key element of real expertise, even in the financial markets. On the other hand, by using fast and simple rules, laypersons can better than experts use the key dimensions in such financial products. System 1 is characterized by a local here and now oriented way of thinking. Additionally, System 1 can fool people, all of us, whether we are experts or laypersons, to see meaning where there is no meaning. For example, in random economic events, misjudgments like these result in overconfidence and are strengthened by a general confirmation base, which in the financial crisis prelude result in that neither the professional traders nor laypersons could realize the long-term risks associated with the financial market developments, while being seduced by the possibility of large short-term profits. At the same time, there was probably a mismatch between the commercial financial institutions and their clients with respect to the prevalence of certain cognitive bases, a mismatch that was exploited by the previous power imbalances that finally led to the crisis. System 2. The cognitive bases that contributed to the crisis were unable to be excluded by persons being aware of what they had done, although there are no simple debasing techniques which may be useful. To effectively counteract cognitive bases, it is necessary to build a new culture that favors System 2 thinking. In such culture, individual differences in cognitive styles are recognized. Non-adaptive System 2 thinking involves a more or less depraved kind of rational thinking, rationality without heart, which was present during the financial crisis. The driving force of the financial crisis came from the factors that appeared on a collective level. Before the crisis broke out, a growing number of actors went in the same direction, a development that built up the financial bubble. Such a development is categorized as herd behavior, but herd behavior alone cannot explain the development of the crisis. It cannot explain the remarkable synchronization of the behavior among various groups of people who were in the years before the financial crisis. This was a result of lack of competition between different approaches and led to an image of reality that meant that many US citizens perceived their own homes as printing press and used the abstruse CDO bonds as profitable financial instruments, where risks had been weighed together in a sophisticated manner. The growth of the financial bubble accelerated as a result of wider deployment of group thinking, where people mutually reinforced a simplified picture of reality. This thinking is a result of social identifications, ties together parties who have a history of conflicting interests, the emergence of a new social norm, and low confidence in their own ability to, for example, assess the complexity of CDO bonds. Group thinking led to a suppression of inconvenient voices, a polarization between different groups, which shows that teams are willing to take greater risks than individuals, and a self-censorship, which in turn gave the illusion of coherence.